Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? Good to see everybody back here. Hope everybody's ready to talk some Cobra Kai. Our man Andy has some schoolwork to get done, so he's not going to be with us tonight. He'll try to be back with us tomorrow night as we go in on a little bit of WandaVision. But yeah, he'll be back next time, but just can't do it tonight. Hey, look at, wow. Doesn't that just figure the one time I'm by myself, I actually have it muted? I was just trying to go over there and get it muted before I started, and what do you know? It's already done for me. Holy smokes. Oh, first time for everything. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good one out there. Just wanted to get this one in. Only have 2 episodes left and just wanted to get her going. But this week was Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 9, called Feel the Night. And who do we have here walking in through the front door? I was totally confused until she said I bought the last 2 iPods for the kids. Then it kind of started sinking in. Like, oh, honey, I'm so glad you're home. And could it be? You already know. Oh, hell yes. Our girl, Allie with an eye, is back for a cameo. Oh, man, speaking of cameos, the morning after, Johnny and Carmen still laying in bed, and after a hot night of passion, Carmen asks, where do we go from here? And Johnny, being Johnny, just starts talking about all the food he didn't have in his fridge. I was loving that. She's trying to be all serious, and he's all just thinking of the right here and now, like, oh, I'm hungry. That was just classic. And a nice little tie back to him not even knowing if that juice was spoiled or not that he was giving her. I thought that was pretty tight. So yeah, it's just, you gotta love Cobra Kai and all the little callbacks and one-liners and things said under their breath. That's where all the gold is at. It was absolutely amazing. But Johnny said he didn't want to screw things up with Miguel, so we already know that he's absolutely 100% going to be screwing things up with Miguel. We don't know how bad it's going to be. Is it going to be like him and Allie hooking up and, Carmen being upset? Or it's got to probably be something to do with that. Or is just Sam going to end up, getting him hook, line, and sinker and trying to drag him into Miyagi-Do, and then Johnny will be all mad that he's hanging around Danielson so much. But one way or the other, Johnny's definitely going to screw this up since he said that. And it's going to be just crazy to see how that unfolds. And did you see that cereal bowl that he tried to eat out of the next morning? Like, were those the 2 world's largest mini wheats, or was that like the world's tiniest ass bowl? I was like, I don't know why, but just that little thing was crazy. It kind of threw me. But that's the thing about this show, is all just the little details are absolutely phenomenal. But Johnny checks his Facebook, and I thought it was going to be Carmen waking up because he went to bed with the Facebook open. So I thought he was going to she was going to leave and see that Allie left a message, and that's the conflict was going to be right out of the gate. But looks like they're going to slow burn that one too and kind of build up to it, because she just left and he didn't get the message till he came out eating those giant freaking corn mini wheats or whatever they were. But and I mean, we saw that coming from a mile away. We knew when Johnny did end up waking up, checking his Facebook. We know, of course, the message for that Allie was coming. We just didn't know how and when exactly it was going to be there. But yeah, we definitely saw this coming from a mile away. But how lame was that when Miguel asked what was up with that drum when he was out at Miyagi-Do? And he's like, sees a cool little drum. He's like, what's up with this? And Sam's just like, here, let me show you. Try to punch me. I'm like, what part of that scene showed Miguel what the drum was about? Like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of get where they're going, but that was just a little wild to me. Oh yeah, what's up, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. Yeah, Snafu couldn't make it tonight. He's got a big project he's got due for school, and he's got to get that worked on to make sure he gets that handled. Got to handle the business and the serious stuff first. But yeah, we're gonna knock this one out, and hopefully he'll be back on with us tomorrow night. But good to see you out there, Peter Griffin. I see you. Oh man, I thought for sure when Miguel put that drum in his pocket, I thought for sure that drum was getting smashed. Like, I thought they'd start wrestling around, or he'd go to flip and just crunch, and then maybe Daniel would walk in, like when he was sitting there holding the broken drum. But oh no, they had to take it to the next level and have Daniel walk in on him and the old girl, him and Sam just smashing on the floor. That was pretty sweet. I was just like, what? And Daniel just walks in. He's like, is that my drum in your pocket? Is that nickels in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? I was cracking up. And that was pretty funny. Like, Daniel walks in on those two mashing, and she's like, oh, Dad. I would have been, Dad my ass. What the hell do you think you're doing? If I had a little girl doing that, I would have been, oh, no, don't dad me. I was like, and then she had the nerve to look at him like he did something wrong by walking in on him. I was like, girl, this is not your bedroom or your personal freaking romper room. It's like, what the hell is going on out here? This is a dojo. Better respect it. I was crying, and that got even better from there. But then we jump out, and we see Robbie's found a place to stay, and man, his boy Hawk is just not too pleased about Robbie being there in Cobra Kai in his house, and you just know this is going to be a problem. And it's also looking more and more like Tori with a Y is looking to sink her claws into some Robbie. Like it's got to just be inevitable that these two hook up. Like, and I think those two are way more meant to be than Tori and Miguel and Robbie and Sam anyway. Like I think the couples are the way they're supposed to be now. So maybe it's all going to work out in the end, but I don't know. And of course, Johnny, gets a message. Allie's like, "Oh, should we, let's have lunch?" And Johnny's not turning down lunch with Allie, no matter what just happened the night before. So, right when he's like, should I?" He looks up and sees Carmen walking away to work, and you already know he's never not gonna not go to lunch with Allie with an eye because he's been waiting his whole life for this. And Allie was pretty smooth, like when they did meet up for lunch, like getting all that awkwardness out of the way right out of the gate. Like she's all, "And when was the last time we saw each other?" "Oh yeah." It's like, "Yeah, when I was getting my face kicked in, that's the last time." "When you were kissing that guy I hate, that's the last time." So yeah, that was just totally awkward. And then the waitress gets there right in time to take the order because yeah, it was getting super awkward. And that was pretty sweet how he flawlessly remembered how that one guy ordered and then repeated it. And then Allie just keeps it real and gets a burger. He's like, "Yeah, scratch that other BS. Let me get it." She's like, "There he is." Oh, Johnny being Johnny is so sweet. But yeah, we had Daniel back out at the dojo, still reeling from what he walked in on. And he says, like, from now on, keep the door open when here with the boy. And she's like, "Come on, Dad, it's not 1984. I would have been like, "Shit, it is in my dojo, especially when it comes to you and boys." Like, don't tell me what year it is. I was like, I don't ever want to walk in on that again. I'd have been losing it. What's up, Christian Oles? I see you out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Oh man, just getting our Cobra Kai on, trying to rock this one out because after this, it's the finale. Are they going to leave us hanging? Are they going to answer some questions? It's like they got an awful lot to answer for and a lot of storylines to tie up in like one more episode. I don't know how they're going to do it. So I think Snafu's going to go nuts because I think they're 100% going to be leaving us on some cliffhangers. So. And then the funny part is especially like if it's a cliffhanger with Allie, they'll probably have the cliffhanger and then just talk about it next season because she's too big an actress. She's not coming back, I wouldn't think. So like they're just gonna like leave it on a cliffhanger and then explain what happened and why she isn't there. I'll bet and that will be kind of lame. That'll bum me out. Hopefully they figure out something clever to do. But yeah, I don't know. And how great was that when Daniel basically called Sam a hoe? Like just talking to his daughter. I was crying, dude. He's just like, just in this last past year, it's been Kyler, who I completely forgot about him and Sam were together, and then Miguel, and then Robbie, and now back to Miguel. I was just crying. I was like, yeah, you little vixen. That was so funny for Daniel to call his own daughter out on that one. I was just dying. I thought that was the best part of the episode. That was funny. I love how Sam like still tries to act all innocent when she told him about Robbie seeing him. Like Daniel's like, "What? He walked in on you?" And she's all, "No." He's like, "What? I did." And then she has the nerve to be like, "Dad, remember, I'm still your daughter." It's like that didn't stop what I just saw. So what are you talking about? I'd be like, dude, you are. I don't know. I don't know. Did you not hear all those names I just listed and you're trying to act all innocent? I was like, stop it. Just stop it. But everything about that scene had me cracking up. I was absolutely loving it. She still had the nerve to try to act innocent after he just called out like 4 different names in her face in the last 3 months. It's like it's been a busy year, girl. But your boy seems to be losing his status by the minute over at Cobra Kai. Hawk is kind of on the downslide. And that was pretty sick when Hawk tried clowning and Robbie just, flipped the script on him real quick. He's like, "What, you can't handle a sip of beer?" He's like, "No, I just don't need to drink to pretend that I'm cool." I thought that was awesome. I was like, boom, Hawk is going down in flames. And then we got Johnny and Allie's lunch is going just absolutely swimmingly. And like he starts to sugarcoat how great his life has been after high school, but he just looks into her eyes and just quickly recants everything and tells her the truth, which I thought was totally dope. And then she basically turns around and tells him like how her life's not so perfect either. So just tell the truth, be straight up with it, and sometimes it works out in your way. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how it worked out. And Johnny seemed to be saying all the right things on this day. Like he was doubling down on the apology. I mean, that definitely put him over the top. But like, he could do no wrong. Like, everything he said was just slick and smooth, and like just seemed to be the right thing. I was like, looks like he's back in there. And then we got another callback when she's like, want to do something really fun? You already knew exactly what she was talking about and where they were going. It's like with the callbacks this show does, you already knew that's what was up. Then Daniel walks out to see Miguel like scoping his rides, and Miguel says he doesn't see cars like that around where he lives. And I don't know, it was the way they set all that up. Is like Daniel going to end up giving Miguel that yellow car? That'd be kind of a sick little twist, like Miyagi gave to him. You know, just a little poor boy from Rosita. That'd be kind of a sick little callback, but a little over the top too. But I don't know if he starts seeing his daughter. I guess I could see that happening. But yeah, that would be wild. It's like, is he really going to end up with that car? That would just be nuts. But it was also pretty cool to see like Miguel's mind get blown about how Daniel was from Rosita and like Johnny was from the country. Like Johnny was the country club rich kid. Like that was pretty. Miguel's eyes were just. And then also it's pretty great for like Daniel to hear Johnny's side of things through Miguel. That was pretty sweet. Like, dude, there's two sides to every story, usually three. And I thought that was pretty slimy of Daniel to ask, like, what else did Johnny tell you? Like, trying to get him to dish on his sensei. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you want to know? Go ask that man yourself. Like, don't you're trying to get the kids to squeal on him. I thought that was pretty weak. But the Quiver was sneaking into the zoo, and of course we knew exactly what they were there to do, like into the reptile house they had. And it's like, as soon as they were sneaking into the zoo, and he's like, why do we have to sneak in? It's like, you just knew they were going to go in and try to steal a cobra. And he's like, you had one job. Like, actually, right away, I was like, he really had two jobs. Like, it was him who brought the beer. But yeah, I thought him being worried about his dad shitting in his mouth was a little out of left field. But yeah, him getting screamed and punked on, like, he had one job. I was like, no, he didn't. He had more than that. But that was pretty classic. Of course, something had to be screwed up. And then someone hears them back there where they're not supposed to be, and like the whole Quiver slithers away, but not Robbie. He was left there with a perfect opportunity to impress the rest of the crew, and he did not let it pass. He's like, I don't need no stinking pole. I was like, Robbie, no fear. I know there is no way in hell I would be reaching down in some snake pit, picking up a cobra with my bare hands. I was like, that's above and beyond. I was like, get it, kid. But everybody was pumped, and Robbie pulled it off. And, well, I mean, of course, almost everybody. Hawk is rapidly learning that he is not at the top end of the totem pole anymore. My man is on a spiral downhill fast. And it was fun hearing Daniel, like, squirm hearing Johnny's side of things through Miguel, like the water hose. He's like, these guys were beating the crap out of me every day. I was like trying to come up with an excuse. Like, no, there's no excuses. It's like, now you see that you are not 100% innocent. You were kind of a dick back then, too. And it's so great to like look at that whole story through Johnny's eyes. That's just what makes this whole thing priceless. It's fantastic. But then he tries to make it sound better. Like he was so fat. He was like, it was so teed up. You probably would have done the exact same thing. And I'd have been like, don't try to drag me down to your level. No, I would not have done that. But Daniel even blames that on Johnny, saying that Johnny overreacted. I was like, what? It's like, you turned a hose on him and you turned a hose on me and soaked my costume, ruining my night, like, and my newly wrapped joint. It's like, oh yeah, we're about to get it. Believe that. We are about to have some problems. Daniel's acting like, you know what? I just turned a hose on him, soaked and ruined his outfit. I mean, what's wrong with that? I was like, Daniel, always the innocent, just his privilege, just seeping through. Like, I can do no wrong. What? It wasn't me. It's like, come on, Daniel. But it was nice to see Daniel give Miguel the respect and give him that handshake after their little talk. He's like, from one Valley champ to another. I actually like that part of it. But the rest was just a little sleazy to me. It's like, man, this guy. Come on, Daniel. You're supposed to be the grown-up in this situation. But Daniel leaves telling the kids to keep the sparring to a minimum, the sparring. I was like, that's pretty brave. You already know what you walked in on, and now you're just going to leave them both there. It's like, that's interesting. But keep the sparring to a minimum, and Sam just gets that little wry smile, and it wasn't really that. It was she has an idea, which, of course, if it works out, it'll be the first time one of her ideas has worked out this entire show. I think I'd be done listening to Sam by this point if I was one of her crew. Nothing seems to work out right. But I was like, boom, I knew it. Allie was talking about taking it back to where it all started, golf and stuff. And together, they even won enough tickets to get their own little love animal. And it's not an octopus this time. It was a hippo. But yeah, it's just cool to see like how her and Daniel and then Miguel and Sam and now her and Johnny, like just loving all the tiebacks of the show. And Allie with an eye was not being shy. Like, ooh, I forgot how cold it can get here in the valley. I was like, what? She's all rubbing up on Johnny. I was like, you just came from snowy ass Colorado to sunny California talking about how cold it is. I was like, come on. It's like, Allie, you ain't smooth. Actually, you are, but I see you. I see you coming from a mile away. But Kreese knows exactly what he's doing by like pumping up Robbie in front of Hawk when we got back into Cobra Kai and saying how great everything was and how amazing that was and courage and this and that. Like he's obviously doing this to win Robbie over to use against Johnny, but will Hawk be able to see through that, or is that going to be like the start of Hawk's exit out of Cobra Kai? Like is Hawk really going to be Cobra Kai till he dies? Because the way it's going, I don't know if it is. Oh, what's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. You roll a J like that, you deserve to get soaked. Dude, Johnny was getting it done in the back. He was getting it done. That thing would have worked flawlessly if it didn't get a hose put on it. I thought that was ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Sick Andy's love triangle. He hates those. Oh, but it's going to happen, and you just know they're going to be leaving it on a cliffhanger by the end of this. Like, I just don't think there's any way they can wrap up this Allie storyline in 2 episodes. I think they're going to tell us what happened at season 4, episode 1. Like, where's Allie? And then explain it all, and that'll be lame. But what kind of head games is Kreese playing with Tori? Like, is he just amping her up, hoping she's going to go tax Sam, or is he got something else on his plate? Because Kreese is playing mind games with all these kids. Is it just because he's a total sociopath and just has to do it, or does he really have a method to his madness? I mean, he seems like there's always an ulterior motive with that guy, so... Like, no matter how creepy he is, like, at the bottom line, he has something that he's trying to get done. So what is he trying to do? Mess with Sam's head like that so much? I mean, Tori's head like that, telling him how Sam and Miguel are quite the team and how they're the ones that got the thing turned back on. And I don't know. I thought that was pretty. Kreese, what are you doing to these poor kids, man? They're freaking kids, you psychopath. Oh, man. Twisted ends. I hope it doesn't leave it on there. But Sam has the crew at her house, and under the lie that a keg's on the way, and they're all expecting a party. I'm like, these nerds are not sitting around waiting for a keg. Like, that didn't even make sense to me anyway. But they're all expecting a big party while their parents are gone, but they're in for a rude awakening because Sam has some other ideas. But I was like, did these nerds really think a big party was coming to the house? I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, since when do these guys put on raging parties? Like, and them waiting for a keg was just weird. Like, come on. None of you kids are waiting for a keg. But Miguel shows up with Eagle Fang, and Penis Breath is bummed that he bought a hat for nothing. And Sam's big idea was to bring the 2 dojos together to band together against Cobra Kai. But things are off to a pretty rocky start when Miguel says, like, this is just not going to work. Like, she's like, it has to. But what do you guys think? I mean, are those 2 going to band together? Are those 2 dojos going to band together? Or is it just going to be like every man for themselves and all 3 dojos are going to stay separate entities? It seems like those 2 kind of have to, with Miguel and Sam getting back together, it seems like those 2 dojos are going to merge. And maybe like Daniel will even let Eagle Fang train out there certain days if they don't like completely merge together. So they don't have to be in the park and can actually have a dojo to train in. But I don't know. I think Johnny kind of fits out in the park. I think it's fantastic. Sam gives a speech about having one chance to make things right as we see Johnny getting dressed in his best Don Johnson coat and ready to meet Allie with an eye at the country club. And while Sam was saying, like, if we can't get over the past, the fighting will never end. And Johnny enters the club and sees Allie. But the problem is she's talking to Daniel. And that's pretty cool to, like, see his face while Sam was giving that little speech over the top. And Sam was talking about having to confront their enemies while Johnny starts having flashbacks of seeing Allie and Daniel together on the beach and hugging and kissing. And we hear Sam say that this rivalry has to stop one way or another as Johnny's just watching Allie go in for the hug on Daniel. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? Like, what do you guys think is going to happen if you haven't seen the finale? Do you think Johnny's going to like just say screw this and turn around and leave, or is he going to stay there at the party and just kind of deal with it and get through it? Like, I don't know. This is like his second date now, since I guess after lunch with Allie. I don't think he can just leave. I think he's got to kind of face the music and go deal with it. I don't know how it's going to turn out, and maybe Allie's going to end up being the big peacemaker in this, and she's like the one that kind of split them apart in the beginning, like in the first place. But yeah, she's the one that split them up, so she's the one that ends up bringing them back together. That'd be kind of crazy. Stalker Tori. Tori's nuts, but I don't know. I like a crazy Tori and a crazy Robbie together. I think that's pretty tight. I think those definitely are meant to be. Peter Griffin says he's seen it. My lips are sealed, not letting it be known. Yeah, I can't wait. We'll have to after we knock out the finale, we'll definitely have to get on there and do like a recap episode and over the last 3 seasons, see how much we called and how much we got wrong, and see if we were able to call any of this stuff before it broke down and told us. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think it does not feel like they're going to be wrapping a whole lot up in this next finale. It seems like they're definitely going to be leaving us on some kind of cliffs, like quite a few cliffhangers. Like what's going to go on with the kids, what's going to go on with all these love triangles. Does Tori with a Y end up with Robbie? Do Sam and Miguel get back together? Is Amanda going to walk in on freaking Daniel and Allie with an I hugging each other and get all mad, and that's going to cause a problem, especially if she knows who it is. That will definitely cause a problem because Daniel straight up told Miguel that he thought Allie with an I was the one. So Amanda's probably well aware that Daniel thought Allie was the one, and that could be interesting. That could be a problem out of left field. I could see that happening. Oh, some predictions for season 4. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. After we knock out the finale, either Saturday or Tuesday, we'll definitely go in there on predictions, see what everybody has to say, and I'll write them all down. See how many of us get it right. See if we can get some in there. But yeah, I think he goes in on a jealous Daniel and gets hell. I think Johnny's going to go in, and a jealous Daniel is going to get hella salty and start talking about like Carmen and all this other stuff, like trying to kind of throw Johnny under the bus with Allie, which is just the total Dick Daniel move. I could totally see that happening. You just know they're going to be talking, and Daniel's going to bring up Carmen. It's just going to happen because that's just kind of Dick he is. I'll be laughing my ass off when it happens. But I still think Johnny has to make it back to his place with Allie in tow. And then basically Carmen's going to come over to talk because she said they can talk after work. And Johnny's going to open the door and be like, you can't come in because I got a hot blonde in here. So, yeah, that's not going to work out. It's going to be awesome. But, yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think Johnny's going to go into the country club, make up. He'll end up leaving with Allie. And then when they go home, Carmen's going to see him. That's going to be a problem. Then Carmen will probably be mad. Miguel will be like, well, what's going on? Why are you so mad, Mom? He's going to find out that it's Johnny, or he'll see Allie with Johnny, and he'll know what's up. So then that's going to mess things up because Johnny said he didn't want to mess things up with Miguel. So he's got to. So, yeah, that's kind of how I think it's all going to unravel here in the last one. But we shall see. Oh, man, yeah, I'm excited to watch this finale if it's going to be a good one. I mean, it has to be. I mean, it's Cobra Kai. Usually the episode 9's a bigger one, and other than Allie being in this one, I didn't think this one was so phenomenal. I mean, I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't think this was like a regular episode 9 where all the crazy madness happened. So, I don't know. I guess Cobra Kai, like last season, I guess episode 10 was a little bigger than 9. So, yeah, we shall see. Yeah, I can't wait. Jake Cruz says, I'll make a list. Hell yeah, see who gets the most predictions right. Thought for sure Johnny was going to get spaghetti on his white coat. No way, man. That's Johnny Don Johnson. Lawrence getting it in. Going to go see Hot Allie. That would be the biggest bummer, though. You're just so excited. I mean, the girl you've been waiting for forever, and you come in, and the first thing you see is her hugging the guy that split you up in the first place. Like, he didn't split her up, but he's the one that kept him split up, probably. Oh, man. What a nightmare. Poor Johnny. Oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be pretty sweet. And anybody out there in the chat, little trivia tonight. What is Allie's soon-to-be ex-husband's last name? Who out there in the chat can tell me what Allie's soon-to-be last name is? Johnny says that is one of the bright points. Johnny does own all a boombox. Oh, he does own. He owes Allie a boombox. He said he just threw it. It was Dutch who ran over it. I think Dutch owes her a boombox. What was he doing? Oh man, Jim Cruz says the finale is chaos. It almost has to be, doesn't it? Oh, nice answer. That's it. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. You get that one without Googling it? You actually remember that? So that's pretty good. Yeah, I think Dutch. I think Dutch is the one who owes Allie a boombox for running over it. Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Wow, the finale is chaos. Where did that come through? That's a trip. See, I'm sitting here going back and forth between YouTube and StreamYard, and not all of the stuff comes through on StreamYard. So I'm glad I opened up YouTube, but that's kind of weird. But yeah, I'll bet the finale is going to be chaos. It would have to be. There's so many storylines to tie up that there's no way that they can just do it in like a simple 25 minutes. There's no way. I know Jake is quick. That's actually a tough name to remember too. So that's a pretty. You nailed it. Let's see, do I have one more? What instrument does Allie's daughter play? She quit doing gymnastics to join a punk rock band. What does she do in the punk rock band? Yeah, that's a dude. You should be proud of yourself nailing that one. That's a hard name to nail. That's a hard one to get. A little easier if you can remember, what did the daughter, because I know you guys probably watched it a while ago. What instrument did the daughter play? Oh, Peter Griffin has a total guess. But Jake Cruz brings it in right behind you to let you know, absolutely, she was the drummer. Oh, and one last and final question before we're out of here. What was the name of the arcade that Johnny and Allie visit? What is the famous arcade in All Valley? What arcade did Allie and Johnny go to on their date so they could win a love hippo? Oh, that's actually, I don't know why. I always have a hard time remembering that arcade name. I really shouldn't. Oh, look at them both coming in. Golf and stuff is correct. Not golfing fun or putting stuff. No, it is the golfing stuff. Well done, fellas. Well done. So yeah, that's gonna knock it out for me. What's up, Jake? I hope you're getting that WandaVision watched, because if Andy can do it, we're gonna be going in on some WandaVision tomorrow night. If he can get his schoolwork done and get off work in time, definitely gonna be doing that. I've been dying to go in on WandaVision, dude. I think I got this thing figured out. Pretty sure I got it all figured out, but yeah, I got to bounce some ideas off some people first. But yeah, I think so. Tomorrow night we'll be back on. Try to be back on around 6:30 and see what's happening, and try to go in on some WandaVision, and then we'll figure out if Andy can be back for the finale. We'll go on Saturday, and if not, we'll just knock the finale out next Tuesday. So one way or the other, coming up on it quick, and we'll be there. Like I said, we'll do the finale, and then we'll do another post one after that. You said tomorrow, episode 1. It'll probably be more of a generalization, because I want to get some of my theories out and time stamped on a video to see if it happens, because I thought they were going to tell us. That's why I went last week and kind of just rushed through it. But I thought they were going to let us know all the big stuff last week. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be dropping most of the bombs this week. So at least some of the bigger things that's happening. And I want to see, like, there's little things that are said throughout the show that I'm like, didn't they just tell us what's happening right there? So yeah, I want to see if I called some of those and got it right, and if that's actually what's happening. So yeah, I mean, it'll be more about the later episodes. Episode 1 and 2 are just kind of how it sets everything. But yeah, if you can get through there and binge those, it'll be on and popping. And yeah, we will figure that out, get it going. Hopefully we'll be on tomorrow, and then be back on Saturday, and just keep it running and be back on Tuesday after that. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Be easy.